Good Lord, look, I got an extension ladder over here. I had to get an extension ladder over here, and I don't have a truck or anything. I'm going to show you in a minute how I brought that extension ladder over. And see this area here, I can get all that section over there with the 8-foot ladder I have. I can set the ladder up here, and then I can step up on that. And then I can reach, or I can reach over that, and I can get all the ceiling from a roller extension, my broom handle, and then I'll have to step up there, and then I can cut that in. But see this high area here, and right over the stairwell. See, look at that. I need the extension ladder, and believe it or not, I'm going to paint that skylight well, because it's we're going to change the ceiling to white, and it looks white right now, but it's not. It's the same color as the ceiling that's up there now. That's just the light shining through. See, it's the same color as the ceiling, and that's going to be kind of tricky. I figured I'd put the ladder up here and angle it right up into the skylight well. And then I can get up there with the mini roller just by hand and do around the top and stuff, and do the inside corners and stuff. And then I'm gonna have to set the ladder from here up to that wall like that, and somehow get up there and twist around so that I can paint this side. And then I'll have to set the extension ladder here up against that wall so that I can do that ceiling section over there and get up high enough to take out that smoke alarm and all that kind of stuff. Whew. I'm going to show you how I got that extension ladder over here. And all it required was some duct tape. I just had a roll of duct tape. Here's my support pieces. I've already kind of folded these up. I wasn't really going to show this part, but here's my tie downs. That's it for that extension ladder. You know, granted, this is probably 1.5 to 2.5 feet long. Let's see how I got it here. That car right there, and see, I just put it on those rungs, and it just happened to fit where the ladder rung was right here and another ladder rung was there, and then I just taped around this right up to the ladder rung. I could drive probably 100 miles on the freeway and back, and that thing would not go anywhere. Mommy was having a fit at first. She was like, I want you to put bungee cords on that thing. And I said, don't worry, it's gonna be fine. I put 2 layers of duct tape, and I said, I'll have you inspect it before I drive off into the wild blue yonder and get in a car accident, have the thing fall off. And I just used this, went up there, taped it. See, I taped it around this part. Had these not lined up, I would have just went around the whole thing, you know? And at first I was like, how am I going to get this extension ladder over here? And I thought, hey, I'll just put it up there on the up there on top of the car. Even though the points aren't very far apart, once you get it taped down, it's not going anywhere. I even put duct tape around my rag. I got a rag here. And initially I tied it with some little string stuff I got from Home Depot, you know, as you go out at Home Depot at the hardware, the lumber area, they have this on a big, huge roll. And every once in a while when I go there, I pull off a section, take it home with me in case I ever need it. I tied it down with that, and then sometimes this slides off, so I thought I'll just put some duct tape on there and try to keep that on. That's going to protect my walls and stuff when I lean that up against the wall. I don't gouge into the the wall or anything like that. Okay, so that's how I got it over here. That's not really what this video is about though. This video is about, remember the other day, if you were with me and you saw in an episode, I said I was gonna try to save this planking. I'm gonna pull this up. It's tongue and groove. Here's a piece of it right here, because I pulled up 3 little sections here to see how easy it was gonna be or hard. I was hoping it wasn't gonna be glued down or anything, and it's not, because there's a vapor barrier they have underneath here. And then they just nailed it with a special nailer. It actually had staples nailed into the groove. The groove area, you can see where there's a staple pushed through there, one there, and down in here. This one wasn't nailed as good as some of them, because it went the other direction. But anyway, I thought, hey, I can put this. I'm gonna try saving this and putting it on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, and I told you I would give you the results after I did it. And these are 3.5 foot planks. Let's see what they are. Let's see what that is right there. 44 inches, and they're about 3 inches, tongue and groove. Would you buy those if you really needed a floor at the playroom, or a storage area, or a closet, or one bathroom, or something like that? This is still in good shape. It's only it's 15 years old, and we thought, since we're taking out the carpet here, this whole area was carpet, we're going to put that vinyl planking down. And they're going to run it all the way out here to the front door and throughout the kitchen. And then that ties into a little closet, ties into a bathroom. So I'm taking the bathroom out too. I had to have the plumbers take the toilet out and the pedestal sink in order to get it out. Then it comes around here into this little foyer area. So there's quite a few pieces of planking here. And you know what? I'm glad I'm making this little video segment too, because before I pull this up, I got my cell phone here. I'm going to take a couple pictures of what it looks like down. Then after I get it up, I'll stack all these together, the full length ones, and I'll take a picture of that, and then the shorter ones. And then I'll count up how many full length ones I have and how many shorter ones I have, so that somebody knows how many square feet they can cover. Okay, so that's my project today. I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna show you a little bit about that. And in this kitchen area, eventually this kitchen area is gonna come out, probably 3 months from now or so. And so around the edges, see, it has this quarter round trim. I'm gonna have to take that off in order to get this floor up. I might be able to slide pieces out from underneath that. Maybe I'll leave it. Maybe I'll just leave it down for now. And that end piece, I might be able to slide it out, without having to mess with that trim. Well, actually, I'm gonna have to take the trim out anyways. I'm just thinking out loud here, because when they put the new planking down, they're gonna need this gone. And they're just gonna go up and wrap around here, and I'm sure the floor planking is behind the stove. That's a gas stove. I'm gonna have to kind of pull that out, disconnect the gas, shut that off, slide this refrigerator out of here. And I'll take this flooring out over here, then I'll slide the refrigerator over to here, take that out, and then push the refrigerator back. And then probably 2.5 weeks from now, the flooring guys will come. Then we're gonna have to slide that out there or something. They can do half the planking and then go in this way before they do out over there. We'll have to figure something out. They'll have a game plan on it, because the refrigerator's going to go back in, the stove's going to go back in, and the dishwasher's going to go back in. Then 2.5, 3 months after we move in, they're coming to tear this all out. Yeah, we should have done this first, but we want to move in here. We didn't want to wait 3 months, 4 months to get all this work done. And so we're going to do that after we move in. So you generally put the floor in last, okay, whenever you're doing something like this. But we're putting it in first, and it is still going to work. And I'll show you all that on a different video series, a condo kitchen renovation, episodes 1 through whatever, and then you can see how we're going to do that. Okay, so I know I'm going to have to pull this trim off, and I'm going to try to be careful with it, because after they put the new flooring down, I may decide to put this trim back up just for kicks for the next 3 or 4 months, just so it looks finished. You know what I mean? And then I'll have to pull it out again. Or maybe I'll leave it out. We'll look at it after they cut the floor. If they do a pretty good job, I may just say, hey, let's just leave it off because they're going to be tearing this out 3 months from now. So we'll kind of see. But either way, I'm going to have to pull it out. Okay, so that's my first little step here. And then I'll be ready to rock and roll. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.